Oh my God. I'm gonna burn my shirt up. He has given me a new life, new life, new life, a new life. Do anybody know what a new life is? A new life. Like, you get a new life. Not like your old life, but a better life. You can reset your life at any given time you want to in life. How you doing? How you doing? He has given me new life. Yeah. Yeah. I love God, man. Have you ever had a good life? A new life? Like, have you ever lived in so much misery and pain and suffering that all of a sudden life just changed? Come on in. Show me some love. Push the like button. You gotta be good. You gotta know it. So we got Sunny D and EJ. Sunny D and
Oh shit. I just got, like I said, out of church, but
where you going?
Amigo.
Hey, there go. You going to Vegas? I'm going to Vegas on Sunday.
What Sunday?
DJ birthday.
I think that might. Nah, I think his birthday might be for my brother's birthday. The 16th? 14th.
My mama's birthday on the 16th.
What?
My mama's birthday on the 16th.
The 16th?
Yeah.
That's Bobby's birthday. My other one.
For real?
Or my hash. That's his birthday.
She finna. We gonna stay out there at her birthday.
Hey, I don't know what he got. A lighter. I see. I don't know what he got going. I ain't fucking with it. I'm gonna tell you have a good day and happy birthday, y'all. Good push.
He says, is there any more oxygen in this man's blood left? Shouldn't be no oxygen. What do you want? Why would it? It should be a lot of oxygen inside of me. Without oxygen, I can't live. I can't breathe. So you want me to die, nigga? Chevy on 26 is in the house. See, now my real audience is starting to come in. What's up, dog? You know what I mean? This nigga he want the devil to take the oxygen away from me. This nigga so miserable. He want breath to disappear from people. Like, that's what he is. He living breathless right now. I bet he hot as hell. It's 9:48 in the morning and this nigga sweating bullets somewhere. That nigga ain't got no air condition. Living in hell. That nigga probably in prison on a prison phone somewhere, trolling. A lot of these niggas, I just thought about a lot of these trolls be in prison. That's why they be miserable as hell. Like, damn, nigga, man, they need to catch they need to catch your ass with that cell phone, nigga. How the hell you get a damn phone? You on YouTube live, ain't out here trolling, nigga. How y'all doing? Chevy on 26s, my nigga in the house. Nicole, what's up, Alphabets? James, talking like a madman. I am a madman this morning, smoking on some of this Wedding Crashers, some of the top shelf LA best. Now, I'm finna get back to the spirit of Nipsey Hussle, nigga. Cause this is the real marathon. Marathon, I went all the way to Inglewood, nigga, in the 60s and got this, nigga. Hey, everybody can't go where I go, nigga. Hey, nigga, you know what I'm talking about? I dare your ass to get out where I got out and go buy some of this real marathon in the hood, nigga. Niggas don't know nothing about this real shit, nigga. Like, I'm a real nigga, nigga. I told you that shit. I went to the hood and got this shit. When I got the notification, goddamn, Nipsey was back in the hood, I went and got some, nigga. I had to go see the homie, nigga, and grab some, nigga. What? I told these niggas, $640 an ounce. I don't give a fuck. I want two. That's $1,280. Run that shit. Run it, nigga. I want two. I wanted to say four, but nah, that's over my budget. Now I ain't planning to slide all the way down here, nigga. I could have bought a whole pound for that price. Now I'm good. I just wanted two. Hell, I could have bought a whole pound for them 2 ounces, nigga. But I'd rather just have 2 ounces, some real Nipsey, smoke good, going down. That's all it takes. 2 ounces, and I'm burnt anyway. I don't even want no more. I'll be waiting on the next batch to fall next year. You know, real, this shit right here, this batch only come out once a year. And it's always right around the 4th of July. The spirit of Nipsey is in the air, nigga. Like I tell niggas, nigga, like, boy, that marathon, nigga, you ain't never had none. Fuck with Snag, nigga. Show you some real shit. I'm telling you, I was smoking some of this shit yesterday. Damn. I was smoking some of this shit yesterday. Y'all seen it, the video, right? Nipsey appeared right beside me, scared the shit out of me, and hit the blunt. Man, let me hit that nigga. I was like, oh my God. I looked on the side, Nipsey was standing right there on the side of me, nigga. I was like, what the fuck? Long live my nigga. But real talk, though, I did get this in Inglewood. Yeah, in the 60s, nigga, in the hood, nigga. I went and got this off Market Street, nigga. Go over there, nigga, if you ain't welcome, nigga. You don't know where the fuck you supposed to be at, nigga. Because they show checking, nigga. Where you from, cuz? All right, cuz. They check it, nigga, quick. As soon as you get out the car, nigga, they check it, nigga. You don't know nothing about that type of shit. You ain't never lived in the streets, nigga. I'm from the most dangerous parts of America, nigga. The streets, nigga. And you can ask anybody and everywhere I've never been to, nigga. All I need is all I'm looking for when I get to any city is the goddamn railroad tracks and Martin Luther King Boulevard. Wherever you see the railroad tracks and Martin Luther King Boulevard, it's some niggas somewhere by. Show me some love. Push the like button. Don't just disappear. I'm a real one, nigga. Fuck you. If you don't like it, that means you ain't real. If my conversation too strong for your ears, nigga, or if you can't handle this type of real nigga content, nigga, I'm gonna teach you what real niggas, how real niggas talk, how real niggas act, what real niggas react, like what they like. Come around a real nigga and do some fuck shit, some fake shit, and see how you would get your shit. Whoop, bop, bop, bop. You come back looking the next day like, what the fuck happened to you? Ah, man, I went around them real niggas over there, man. I wasn't over. I don't know what I said the wrong. Like you said the wrong goddamn thing. Man, listen, man. I think life, man, like this, man. You know, everybody has an opportunity to be somebody if they want to be. It's what you want to be, who you want to be, how you want to be it. See, when I started doing stand-up comedy, I started doing stand-up comedy to be rich and famous, not famous and broke like AJ Johnson. Y'all know Ezel on Friday, broke ass nigga, like dopey ass nigga. Matter of fact, that nigga died smoking fentanyl in a liquor store in South LA. Just like he acted in the movie. Ezel, smoking dope. He really smoked dope. And that dope fiend ass nigga stole one of my jokes in my face. Stole one of my jokes. We got into it. Nigga, I done and ran on stage and knocked that nigga out over my shit. That's when I was really, really into comedy, nigga. And I had a shiner, nigga. And this nigga got on stage and used my joke in my face. And told me, said, nigga, that ain't your joke. Nigga, you got that from Red Fox. That's anybody's joke. No, nigga, that was my joke, nigga. I wrote that joke for me. I was finna beat that nigga ass. But at the same time, we never got along. Cause that nigga used to heckle me, right? That nigga used to heckle me, like, he used to heckle me. But the more he heckled me, the funnier I got. And the motherfuckers in the crowd was laughing and shit. So, this nigga gonna tell me one day, hey, man, I'm gonna put you on my convict comedy team, man. I'm gonna take you on tour with me. Gave me his number and everything. I hit the nigga up. I'm like, what's up, bro? We going on tour. What's up? Nigga never did respond, never fuck with me. Every time I got on stage, this nigga was right there. And all along, this nigga was writing and stealing my goddamn jokes. This nigga did a show one night, and I walked in that motherfucker, and this nigga was telling all my jokes on stage. I was like, oh, man, AJ Johnson ain't never been a motherfucking, a real stand-up creative comedian. This nigga's been rocking around, stealing people jokes, all this shit, saying stupid shit. He got into it with Mike Epps when he was on tour because he got on stage and said a whole bunch of people jokes. And Mike told him, man, you can't do that shit. And don't get up there and do that shit again. He got up there and did that shit again, Mike Epps, and then put his ass out the goddamn show. Kicked him out the back door. Him and his brother Peanut. Then come to find out, this motherfucker AJ Johnson was a red dot. This nigga had a sexual molestation charge on his niece, Peanut daughter, his brother's daughter. Yeah, active when he died, nigga. Like, that nigga's a sexual predator. Man, when I found out all this bullshit about this nigga and this nigga stole my jokes, nigga, I was finna beat that nigga ass. Like, AJ Johnson, Ezel, off Friday. Y'all know the fuck I'm talking about. I'm a real comedian, nigga. Like, I was really rocking stand-up comedy, man. In some kind of way, I got to fucking around doing comedy with niggas and realized the nigga side of comedy is nigga comedy, and then you got real stand-up comedy, white folk Hollywood comedy. And then I was fucking around with these niggas, and you know, like they say, I ended up getting reeled in at the J-Spot and became a J-Spot comedian. I was one of the funniest J-Spot comedians, hardest J-Spot comedians in the game. I tell everybody. I used to have the Friday Night Funny Show, standing room only, every Friday night, motherfuckers wall to wall. I had 2 shows. I was the only comedian that was able to produce 2 sellout shows in one night at the J-Spot. And I was trying to do 3 because I kept on telling Jay, man, we got to step this comedy shit up like the Laugh Factory. Why the fuck we ain't having 3 motherfucking shows a night, sold out, the 3rd show, the 12 o'clock show, all celebrity pop-up, niggas gonna come from everywhere because the crowd gonna be in the motherfucking house ready to laugh. Man, nigga, I rocked every comedy club in LA, nigga. And I love the Laugh Factory. I love the goddamn the Comedy Store. I done performed on every stage in the Comedy Store multiple times, nigga. Not no one time, nigga. Multiple times, nigga. The main stage, the main room, the goddamn upper room, the belly room, nigga. I'm a real comedian, and everywhere I went with my comedy, it gravitated to the universal audience of comedy, and motherfuckers was laughing. White folks, they love me at the goddamn Comedy Store. It ain't a room I can't walk into when a nigga ain't trying to pass me. You want to go upstairs? Hell no, you paying? You paying? I ain't saying shit. Like, if you ain't paying, I ain't saying shit. Y'all paying everybody else, but you don't want to pay me. You paying? Oh, hell no, I ain't saying shit. I just come to watch. Oh, snap, you gotta go up, man. No, I don't want to go up. But man, they want to see you. And see, when the crowd want to see you, they got me. All right, man, fuck it. I'm going to go up. I give you about 5 minutes. And I end up going on stage and stay on stage 15, 20 minutes. Because I can't let go. Once I get on stage, the longer I'm on stage, the funnier I motherfucking get. I swear to God, like, it never fails. Like, and it never fails. Like, you know, that's how I ended up getting all the good opportunities, the great opportunities that I got when I was in Hollywood, because I was a natural, funny person. And everything I said was improv. I didn't, my material was repetitive things that I said. That's what I tell people. Like, a lot of my material was just me. But now that I'm grown, I'm more, how do you say, mature. Yeah, my comedy a little bit stronger now. And if I really got back into stand-up comedy and did it like I was doing it back then, every day, every night, every weekend, I was doing shows. Man, Kevin Hart, all y'all comedians, y'all think that's funny? Oh, I'm finna shut all them niggas down. And all the niggas that they thought was funny, that they was giving opportunities to, that wasn't funny, I'm gonna shut all them niggas down, because I'm gonna go out and get the real comedians that y'all ain't never seen before that's funny as fuck. Because I'm going to have a show that's called Funny or Not. And if you not funny, you ain't getting paid, nigga. You ain't going to even make it to the next level. But it's a money show. Like, it's a money show. And it was, I started it. It was Funny or Not, tap their ass out. Like, Funny or Not, tap out. That's what it was. And I had some comedians steal the whole goddamn show from me, idea. And they cut Funny or Not out and just called it tap out. And they thought they were gonna blow up with the shit. And as they started to get bigger with the show, the real tap out, the fighting people that had tap out with the fighting industry, they sued their ass and blocked their ass on copyright infringement because they dropped my see they used it the way it was originally created. See, yeah, got your ass. Funny or not, it's a Funny or Not show. And what it is, it's got glasses on the table. And comedians usually have about 45 seconds to connect with the audience, or the audience is going to start taking them glasses and tapping their ass out. Hey. I'm talking about I had some of the best comedians come up there, thought they was funny, got on stage, and got tapped the fuck out. Hey, but you get to come back. You get to come back to redeem yourself. No matter what, you get to come back to redeem yourself. But hey, you only got about 45 seconds, less than that sometimes, to connect. Like, that was like one of the best shows, the last great show that they had at the Maverick Flats. I created it, and comedians stole my little motherfucking shit and ran the management, and they start producing, having a show every week. I ain't mad at them. But they never cut me out. That's one thing about it. I ain't mad at them because I was a young comic. I'm talking about fresh in the game, didn't know shit about the business side of comedy. And they took my idea and ran with it. But every week, them niggas let me go up. Like, I went up every week, no matter what. And the funny shit was, at the show, I got tapped out. I got tapped out plenty of times. Never failed. But at the same time, it was the energy level that it brought that shut down everything. Kill Tony Comedy. Have you ever heard of Kill Tony? I think I seen some shit like that on YouTube, but I never watched it. I just seen like you know how like you seen the videos of somebody on there. I seen them, but I never watched them. I don't know. It's a lot of comedians that's, up and coming right now, and they really think they famous. Oh man, you don't know who I am? I'm like, nigga, I don't know who the fuck you is, nigga. I really like what I did in comedy, what happened to me in comedy, what made me really walk away from comedy, made me just, I don't even watch comedy no more. Like, I don't watch it, I don't listen to it, I don't give a fuck. Like, fuck that shit. Like, and it's a reason why I do it. I ain't left it. I know, nigga. I still got my best is yet to come. What I got to say and what I'm gonna do in stand up is still yet to come. But at the same time, I tell everybody, I experienced some things when I was doing stand up comedy from a whole bunch of different aspects. You know what I'm saying? I experienced a lot, and I never thought that I would be treated the way I got treated when I gave my all I gave my all to everybody I worked with no expectations. All I wanted was the opportunity. I was just chasing the opportunity, and I kept on getting it. And every time I got an opportunity, I took advantage of it. And now that I think back on the past, like a lot of these comedians that I met, a lot of them is dead. Some of the funniest comedians that I met that embraced me as a comedian died during the COVID. Like, it was this one comedian named Damon Dozier. And me and Damon, we conversated on Facebook, all the time. And Damon, he was paralyzed from the waist down. But this nigga was hilarious. This nigga seen my set one night because my real name is Damon. Like, everybody, Damon. Everybody say, man, why you go by Snaggerpuss, man? Your name is a stage name by itself. Go by Damon. Go get this thing. You see, I go by Damon. And see, that's what I told him. I was like, when I was a kid, when I went to prison and, when I was making dumb decisions and I made a lot of bad choices in life, man, when I was a kid, my best friend was Damon. And we both made bad decisions. We ended up in prison together, like, so I just couldn't see myself calling myself Damon and there's already a Damon out there. You know what I mean? But then I everybody else is like, what about Dion Cole? See, that's why I don't want to call myself Damon Cole, because it's already a Cole. I don't want to be considered a Cole. That's my last name. I don't want to be known by that. I want my checks to be written out like that. Steve Harvey checks ain't written out to Steve Harvey. It's written out to Broderick. Like I tell y'all, that ain't Steve Harvey's real name. Goddamn. Made up a name and y'all niggas bought it. I'm like the Uncle Ruckus of goddamn black comedians. I don't like niggas. Niggas and flies. There's a lot of comedians, man, that don't like me because I don't like J. Anthony Brown. I used to love J. Anthony Brown. I used to idolize J. Anthony Brown like I used to. I really looked up to J. Anthony Brown. Like, not in a comedy, not as a comedian in a comedian sense, but as, you know, as just a good man, a funny man. I've never looked at J. Anthony Brown, what he do and how he do it to be comedy. I always just thought he was a funny ass old man. Like, I've been following and listening to J. Anthony Brown for over 30 years on the radio. It was when I was a kid, when I got locked up for that armed robbery. They sent me to this old timey jail, right? And I mean an old timey jail. It was like, it had 10 cells in it. It was 5 on this side, 5 on this side. And on the back 10th cell, it was a shower in that cell right there. So we stayed in them cells 24 hours a day, 23 hours a day. And they allowed us to take a shower. That means our recreation was to walk out of our cell, go around to the other side of the cells, to the back cell, and get in the shower, which was about a 25 foot walk. J. Anthony Brown is funny, and that was my dog. Like, because one thing about me and J. Anthony Brown, we had a different type of relationship. We had a comedian, a respectable, mutual comedian relationship. J. Anthony Brown respected me as a comedian when I first met him. You know what I mean? And honestly, like, I don't know what he's seen in me as a comedian, but J. Anthony Brown popped up on me one day. I'm sitting in my truck, and he walked up to my truck, and he was like, "Snag, he said, I want to ask you a question." I said, "What's that?" He said, "Would you be willing to start a radio show with me?" He said, "Man, I like your comedy style, but your voice, you got a radio voice. You got that voice." And I didn't know what the fuck J. Anthony Brown was talking about. He like, your voice. I said, "Okay." I'm like, "What you talking about?" He be like, "Man, I see what you're going through, and I want to help you." I said, "Okay." And this is out of nowhere. And this is crazy shit. When you down on your luck, and you homeless, and you sleeping in your truck, and a so-called big famous comedian come to you and say, "Man, I'm gonna help you," you're gonna do anything that you can to help him help you, right? And his exact words was like, "If you help me start this show, because I quit the Tom Joyner show." Like, he had got fired off the Tom Joyner show. And his producers was encouraging him, or they was starting his show. And he needed 2 other co-hosts to start the show with. And the man told me, he said, just like this, he was like, his exact words was like, if you do this show with me, in the beginning there ain't gonna be no money. But if we put this show together and we package it together and we be able to sell it and the show goes syndicated, you'll be able to get enough money to get off the streets. Your comedy career gonna take off. And you'll be able to pay it forward and help other comedians. I was like, for real? He was like, yeah. And this is how you know shit got real, right? Because he was like, don't worry about it. I'm going to be able to give you a little money right now. I'm going to be able to help you. I'm going to help you get a new RV. I'm going to help you. I'm going to help you. I said, okay. And he sent me to this office in Santa Clarita, way on the other side of Hollywood. And I went into this office, and this was his PR firm, or whatever the fuck the people that's up under him. They had me sign all this paperwork and take pictures. And they gave me a check for $3,500. At that time, that $3,500 changed my life. Like, I haven't had that much money at one time since I've been out of prison. And the contract stated that, the show, I had to go to the show and all this shit. The show was like, we had to start recording Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays. We did 3 days a week, 4 hours a day, consistently for about 3 years. And some days, like on Fridays, we'd go in and do recaps. We did rebuttals. But as the show started to grow, and we started to, build audience, we went live every week. We started the show with his club manager, Niel, this lady that works for this black paper company, the Sentinel or something like that. She works for this paper company in LA, right? But some kind of way, Jay was always, how do you say, sexually involved with everybody that he had around him, female-wise, or tried to be in some type of way. Jay wasn't having them around him unless they, they played his game. So, Jay, he, how they say, locker talk. When you get around these big comedians and, you hear locker talk, we talk like niggas and get to talking about this old comedian, this old. I ain't never fucked a comedian as long as I did stand up. I've never tried to be in a relationship with another comedian. I never tried to, be intimate with one. And it kind of messed me up. Say what? It kind of messed me up, man, because when somebody rich and famous come to you in a Rolls Royce and tell you they can help change your life, and at that time, them themselves was in financial trouble. See, I didn't know J. Anthony Brown was in financial trouble until I got closer to him, and he started telling me about, you know, the club, and how the numbers was in the club. They wasn't doing right, and you know, and all the, you know, comedians keep, you know, sucking him out of money. He, you know, all the people he was taking care of, they sucking him dry. And talking about his son, this, always doing this and doing that, fucking up. It was a lot of things that was talked about with me and Jay, and I didn't know none of these people, so he confided in me, like, and we became real close. We was real cool, and I felt sorry for Jay because Jay was getting older. He was getting like dementia. People was really taking advantage of him. Everything that people did around him, they got paid for it. They was not doing it for free. And Jay used to say, everybody got their hand out. And I used to tell him, man, I'm trying to help you, man. So we can get this money. We sell this show. Hell, you can help me. So I never, you know, I tell everybody, man, as long as I was around J. Anthony Brown, I was around J. Anthony Brown for about 5 years straight. And I've never, you know, asked him for nothing outside of what he owed me. And what I say by owed me was, he was like, man, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to give you $2,000 a week. That'll be your allowance money, man, where you'll be able to get some gas and some food during the week. And on Friday nights, I'll give you the show. You can have the door. You got the door, and you can have the show. And I give you 10% of the bar. So on Friday nights, I had the funny show where I got the door, which produced about almost $3,000, about $2,800. I got the door, and I got 10% of the bar to host my show on Friday nights. This was free for me. Extra money. This is what Jay say. This is a little extra money. This is a bonus for you. I'm going to give you Friday night show. Friday night funny. All right, bet. So I had my Friday night funny show. I got $2,000 a week. And we built this show consistently. So as the show started to grow, like I said, we ended up selling the show. The show went syndicated. When the show went syndicated, it was right around the time where all hell broke loose in my life, and things really started to happen. And it was crazy. Like, when the show got sold, we all got an email that the show, we going syndicated, we going live in 27 states. In the market that we sucked up the market that Tom Joyner had. It was only 3 markets: Tom Joyner, Ricky Smiley, and Steve Harvey. And we was in 27 markets that Steve Harvey and Ricky Smiley wasn't in. We had pocketed the 27 markets that Tom Joyner had. Not only did J. Anthony Brown end up getting the same spot that Tom Joyner had, some kind of way his producers or his PR team or his PR company thought that it would be an ingenious idea if Steve Harvey production was able to buy out our show. So what they did was play the monopoly. They convinced J. Anthony Brown, we're going to put you on the Steve Harvey show. Then they told them, we'll take your other 2 co-host comedians and we'll put them in as back writers. And they can be your sidekick. You can work no matter what. We were supposed to get paid, right? And at the time, well, during the show, in the process of building the show, J. Anthony Brown fired Niel. Niel did some stupid shit one night on one of my shows. I don't know why, or some possessed her to try to make me look bad. Neil never had a liking for me. So I had a show one night, and the numbers wasn't right at the door. It wasn't right at the bar because they couldn't have been right because I had somebody at the door counting the heads of people that came in, and at that night I had about 88 people that came in, and then I had another 30 comics, so we had a capacity over 120 people in the house, and all comics got in for free. Or if you was a comedian, you got in for free, especially if I knew you. All comedians got in for free. I never charged comedians for the show. So shit got real good, man. I mean, I was so high in the moment of being able to have the opportunity to have my own show. I was meeting all kind of comedians that I've never met before that was funny as fuck. Some that I seen on TV when I was a kid that was funny as fuck. And I just really, J. Anthony Brown put me in a position that a lot of comedians that knew him way before I did was mad at. Like, they like, why you get Snag? Why you working with Snag? What Snag? Why Snag ain't? And everybody, he's not the funniest comedian. He ain't funny. He ain't shit. Like, whatever it was that J. Anthony Brown liked it about me, he was like, man, Snag is cool as fuck. Nobody knew me personally but J. Anthony Brown. And it was what it was. Like, and me and J. Anthony Brown was, he was like, to me, he was like a father, man. Like, I was looking out. I was like, and he played it, he was cool with me. So I'm going to tell you how me and J. Anthony Brown fell out. And it was some crazy shit, some simple shit. And it may not make sense to nobody. It didn't even make sense to me when it happened. I tell people this shit. Like I said, the show just went syndicated, and we got a letter that we was having a syndication celebration party. Everybody, supposed to be there at this party to meet the producers, the new, with everything that was going on with Steve Harvey. We sold the show, and our show never really went on the market because Steve Harvey and them bought it out a couple days later. So we were supposed to meet Steve and all them, everybody that was, that's on the part of the show, and how the show was supposed to be. We was gonna be, get hit with contracts and everything. Like, everything's supposed to be going down at this little party, this little thing. And it was, I never forget it. It was on a Saturday night, and on that Friday night, I had to meet my obligations. I had to go pick up my son in Corona, California, and I had my RV. All I had was my RV, right? So I'm going to Corona on the 60 freeway, and halfway to Corona, my engine exploded in my truck on the freeway. It just started smoking. Boom, boom. I ended up pulling over on the freeway. I was stuck on the freeway. I couldn't really do nothing. I'm not a mechanic. I couldn't even get off the freeway because I was like in the middle of a wide split interstate exchange. Like, it was right in the middle, and I just pulled over in the emergency lane, and I'm stuck in the middle of the freeway in my RV, and my truck was broke down. This happened on a Friday night. I ended up sitting in that RV for 11 days right there on the 60 freeway. When my truck broke down, I sent J. Anthony Brown a text message. J. Anthony Brown, Jay, man, I'm in a distressful situation, bro. My truck engine just exploded on the 60 freeway, and I'm stranded in the middle of the freeway, and I don't have no money to get a tow truck or nothing. Is there any way you can send me a cash advance so I can get my truck fixed and get off the freeway? That's all I texted. And I want to say it took about 2 hours to get a response. That happened to me around, I want to say, about 5, 6 o'clock. So by this time, by the time I got a response, it was dark. And this was on a Friday. I want to remember y'all. I want to remind y'all this. I got a 2-word response from J. Anthony Brown, and it messed me up. It really messed me up. He said, "Fuck you." The text message that I received back from J. Anthony Brown at that moment when I was stranded on the freeway was, "Fuck you." You know, y'all see how I react to trolls. Y'all see how I react to trolls. So just imagine how I reacted to that text message at that time. The fuck you mean, fuck me, man? Didn't you just and that's exactly how I text him back. I text how I write, and I text him back like, "Man, what the fuck you mean, fuck me? Man, you must didn't hear the words that I just told you. My car engine has went out while I was on the 60 freeway going to pick up my son." I put it in detail, like, and now I'm stranded on the freeway. I've been here for about 4 or 5 hours. It's dark. I'm just sitting in the middle of the freeway. Is there any way you can send somebody to pick me up, help me, come get me out off the freeway? Then I get a 3 emoji text message back. It was 3 laugh, LOL laugh text message. Nah, she cool though. But when she was around me, she drank too much. Lunell didn't know what the fuck was going on around her. Get on stage, sell shit, get right off. Good morning. How are you? Bless. All right, man. I'm gonna tell y'all about that story later on, man. I'm gonna go out right now. I got about 15 minutes. Nah, not even that. I got about 5 minutes before this client get here. How y'all doing this morning? Y'all want to hear the rest of my story? I'm gonna tell y'all the rest of my story. Show me some love. Give me a like. Cause man, I need some coffee. Hola, beautiful. Yeah, on them goddamn fine ass women. Hola, hey, beautiful. Show me some love. Push the like button. Backyard fun, country boy said what? Hey, what? Come on in. I be in my feelings sometimes. I'm a grown ass man. I still cry. If you ever been used or misused before, man, and you ever tried to help somebody and they left you just sitting on the side of the road, you'll feel real fucked up. You know what I mean? So like I said, I was sitting on the side of the freeway for 11 days until a highway patrol pulled up and turned his lights on and got out and was like, "Man, I want to ask you a question." I said, "Yeah. Was you sitting here about 2 Friday nights ago?" I was like, "I was." He was like, "Man, I seen you on the night I was getting off my shift, and I done took a 10-day vacation, and I came back, and you still sitting here." And the man he called me what they call a an emergency tow truck, and they got me off the freeway, and they dropped me down in a parking ride. And I ended up sitting in that parking ride for about 3 months in the hot ass sun. It was summertime in the middle of Diamond Bar, California. I was just stuck there for 3 months. But I'm gonna tell y'all the rest of the story. Yeah, later on, I got my client. He done pulled up. See, gotta get this money real quick. See, y'all don't understand this. Say what? How you been, man? You been good? All right, let me get off this live. Talk to y'all later. Show me some love. Push the like button. If y'all want to hear any more about my story, I'll tell y'all more about it later. But I met all those comedians.